down on the Bayou as you get a look inside the Superdome here in New Orleans.
The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the Seattle Seahawks.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. They'll get this out wide to Metcalf.
Even with that broken tackle, can't go very far. Stop short of the 30. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. At the 28-yard line. Throwing is Wilson.
That completes it again to Metcalf.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2 plays, 2 catches. You have a feeling they're going to look for him early and often, and that's to be expected. You got a player of his caliber, why not?
And I think it's also a message from them to the defense that you're not going to dictate to us what we're going to do with one of our better players, because so often you hear about defenses saying we're going to take away what you do best. In this case, they're going to move him around, find proper matchups, and make sure they continue to funnel the ball to him.
And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Second and 11.
From the shotgun, Wilson.
Catch is made by Metcalf.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 down at the 33. Here's Wilson to throw. Escaping the pressure right.
He'll find Metcalf.
Sheds off the tackle. Touchdown, Seahawks.
DK Metcalf. 33 yards. And the Seahawks are on the board here first in the season opener.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Seahawks 7, Saints nothing. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
They go play action here on first down. His throw incomplete. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Barker. And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
Time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
He's going to let this go for the end zone. And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's 4th down. Blake Gillikin on a punt now on 4th down.
Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They go play action now. Wilson buying time to his left. That's complete. Hits Carson out of the backfield. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Working with a 2nd and 3.
To throw is Wilson. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Here's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. 36 yards on the...
return, and the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's brought down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And that'll be incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. The solid stiff arm. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
On 2nd down, it's Richards. And he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 23.
Brings up 3rd down.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He finds his man, complete. That's Rose. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in a shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Throw left side complete. That's Hines. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
7, Saints nothing.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Lutz good on the extra point. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution, they are fully in sync. 3 straight passes, 3 first downs. They're moving the ball downfield almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
Wilson's throw here pulled in by Galladay.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Going right back to Galladay.
Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Now a give, right side. Carson, and a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal.
Left side complete to Lockett. Able to hold it to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal. Great job of tackling there to prevent the first down.
One of the toughest skills in football, open field tackling. A lot of times one-on-one against a shifty receiver. He got it done in a nice way that time.
Now the man who broke Saints fans' hearts, Greg Zuerlein, on for the field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here.
Zuerlein's kick is up and through. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet, see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Barker. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
At the 34-yard line.
Three yards remain for 2nd down. They run it with Carson. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now it's Carson. Oh, he bowls over him. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score.
And the Seahawks, 1st down.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. On 1st down, Wilson. Flush to his right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Trey Hendrickson able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now Wilson. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Play action. Now Wilson. Throwing deep for Galladay. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Saints are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
And they'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender. But you also have to give your own guy a chance, too.
2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. On the right side, open is Gesicki. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
At the 22-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw, eluding the pressure right. And it's caught, and he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash, dropped at the 1. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Taken in at the 3. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. He'll drop to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And got his man complete. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. A big-time play there for New Orleans.
Now that one hurts defensively. They force them into 3rd and long, have the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3 and out. Now an open man, that's the tight end Gesicki. It's complete. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 7 yards, the pickup there.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Back to throw again. Steps away to his left.
He'll find his running back, Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Mike Gesicki there to make the grab. And once again, the Saints are back out in front. Lutz with the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
And he's taken down here by the Saints.
It's the former number 4 overall pick, Cleveland Ferrell, that got him there to bring him down.
So the opening drive of this 3rd quarter, they're trying to set the tone for the 2nd half.
And without a doubt, they did exactly that. I've known coaches who have said the first 5 minutes of each half are so important to do exactly what you said, which is set the tone. I've also heard coaches talk about the first 5 plays. Let's go out and be aggressive right off the top. That's exactly what they did.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That's caught at the 25. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, 89 yards. And the Seahawks have once again taken the lead. Zerline good with a PAT. And it's now 17-14.
17. Saints 14. Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
They had gotten the lead with the opening drive touchdown in the third quarter. Now they relinquished that lead back. Could be in for an interesting second half.
It certainly appears that way, doesn't it?
And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards. Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. Dante Hightower on the stop.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. A big connection on that one. 39 yards. And they made no bones about it. They wanted to throw this rookie right into the fire, see what he could do. He shows what he can do there.
And you have to really put the time and effort in because playing a receiver in the NFL is a difficult task.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Trey Brown. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Dancing to his left. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Trey Hendrickson picks up his second sack of the afternoon. I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Well, as we get ready for third down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on second down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Wilson to throw. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. He'll get this one to Galladay. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wilson. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Well, listen, when you've got the lead, there's absolutely no sense trying to fit a ball in where you shouldn't. You can see the coaching in his head taking place on that play because he saw he had a receiver in the area. He just put it well over his head, out of harm's way.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Wilson will throw again. And that would be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the second time. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down and close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
On first down, Richards. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to throw now in his own end zone. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 9. They're going to look to throw. Looking long for Thomas. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to kick it away. And he's able to get it out of there. .42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. From midfield now, here's Wilson. And that's complete. It's the tight end Daniels. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Now Wilson on 1st down. And
this is incomplete.
And I could see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw is Wilson. Forced out to his left. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
The Seahawks on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Wilson. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And now off to the races down the right side. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick 6? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll drop to throw. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Mike Gesicki, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Saints have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Lutz good on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. No return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown.
Well, you normally talk about the mobility and the accuracy first, but the arm strength, that's what can turn Russ into danger Russ.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And the worst fear won't realize is that one turned into a long touchdown.
And that throw, amazingly, well over 70 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. Wow.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll look to throw. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 35. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
And the Saints are right back in this football game.
A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call. In that situation, sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll set up a throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Barker. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw, as this play will stand as is.
Flush to his right. And his throw here's incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He's back to throw. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Richards. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point you have to have a splash play in there as well.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
They'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Richards. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 13-yard line.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Flushed out right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. What a play. Maybe a game-saving play on the knockdown there.
That was beautiful, wasn't it? If you're looking at it from the defense's perspective, they looked like they had a shot at it. Maybe a completion. Ball gets knocked away. Can they rise up and do it again?
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. He'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute. And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed. And in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Lutz with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and making an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Now Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And unable to connect. Incomplete.
Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for New Orleans, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try again next week at home against New England.